What's going on, y'all?
All right, try
Mike, keep this in. Keep this in.
No.
We got to get stupid in those notes. Those
You didn't know I could opera sing?
I didn't know you had it in you, man.
Oh, man. Yeah.
All right, here we go. What's going on, y'all? Kzreen2K back here with the lovely, I can't think any more adjectives for you, man, but the Steuben. It's the Gust One podcast. This is season 3.
Yes.
Episode 5, I believe.
Yeah. We skipped last week, but
we missed a week.
There were some things going on. AKA Gazer was in Las Vegas gambling his life savings away.
Not quite.
He's almost homeless now. He's got rid of his son's college fund. It's just out of the window. He put it all on black, and it ended up being red. And now he's in the red. You can't scam his way out of this one.
I've always been told to, always bet on black. Once you go black, that's anyway. Steuben, how was your week, man?
That was good.
How's your week?
Weeks, I guess, whatever. Last week, Emily and I spent the day going to Erie, Pennsylvania. She's never been there before. It's just like retail and stuff and whatnot. And then I found a card shop there and I bought some singles, some pretty things. I got some Alt Art Ogre Pawns on the cheap. So nice. Some stonks on those because, that deck is blowing up in popularity in terms of like people making content about it.
When are we bringing stonks back, man? Are we doing this sometime?
Oh, let's do it today. Let's do it today. We'll bring stonks back at the end today.
Pull up something.
We'll figure that out. We'll cross that bridge when we get over it, aka Archaludon.
I love that deck. You know that.
It's fun.
But no, that was last week. How was this week?
This week. So pre-release happened.
That happened?
Yeah.
Of course. I had no idea. That was a thing.
I put out the usual build and battle video. This one did way
not doing that great, huh?
It did way better than I thought it ever could do. Because they normally don't perform this hard. But hey, I guess we're in a boom. And
we are in a boom.
More people are actually getting into playing. A lot of people are like, oh, if I actually play the game and sit down, I'll get cards. But I ran our 2 events this past Saturday, so technically yesterday from recording. And we have seating capacity for 30 on the dot. So I had 30, then I had 21. So not bad.
Did you run them back to back, or what happened?
With like an hour break between the two, so people can leave, get lunch or whatever. Not everybody stayed for both, and then there were different people for both events ultimately too. So
okay. Now, did you see any brand new faces that you don't see around usually?
Yeah. I issued.
And that happens a lot. That was quite a lot.
I think I issued like 12 new player IDs. In just the first event, and then I issued 2 or 3 in the second one. But I feel like I don't really issue a lot of player IDs for pre-releases anymore. But it's also been it's actually been an eternity since Surging Sparks. Like that was October.
4 months.
That was October for pre-releases. So it feels a lot longer than that. It feels like 5 to almost 6 months.
It's closer to 5, isn't it? I mean, from pre-release to pre-release, it's closer to 5, right?
Surging Sparks pre-releases were in October. So yeah, they were in October. So October, November, December, January, February, March. That's 6 months. But what's crazy is our next one after Journey Together, Destined Rivals, it's in May.
May, baby.
And that's less than 2 months.
Ooh,
so
that's the one I'm excited for.
Kind of wild, ultimately. On that.
Well, I mean, this happens quite often. This is the 3rd year this has happened now, where we have a set, then a large gap, and then a set, and then boom, quick set turnaround.
Yeah,
I think last year it happened with the Ogre Pond set, Twilight, right? Didn't Twilight come out like boom?
Yeah, it started with Scarlet Violet. which feels like it's coming to an early end too, which we've kind of talked about.
I mean, you called it. You called that part.
But yeah, I ran.
When Scarlet Violet came out,
yep,
that was the gap between Silver Tempest.
Yep,
Silver Tempest to Scarlet Violet was so friggin' long.
The Lugia Wars.
Lugia.
The Lugia Wars.
Oh
yeah,
gosh,
yeah. We were easily in the Lugia Wars of our lives.
Yeah, the flashbacks I have. Man.
We all have PTSD from Broken Lugia with all the different energy types.
Bro,
oh my god,
it's so crazy. It's called Broken Lugia. It's called Broken Lugia, and then Single Strike Lugia, and then now it's like Modern Lugia. Yeah. It's so crazy. But yeah, Broken Lugia was like, no matter what you played, you lost. It didn't matter. It sucked. I hated it. And I would show up to a league, and we all sit there and we're just disappointed to play. We're like, we don't want to be there. We're like, all right, anyone bring Lugia? And then like 4 people raise their hands. Like, all right, well,
yeah.
I guess I pull out my Lugia then. Here I go. And it was terrible, man. But yeah, that gap was like 5 months. And then Scarlet Violet came out. It was refreshing. It was fun. Nothing broken yet, but it was still like, fun. Nest Ball was back and things like that. And then right after Scarlet Violet, we got Paldea Evolved. Like boom, there it was.
And the same vibe now with like back with between Silver Tempest and Scarlet and Violet, there was Crown Zenith. And then that really didn't do a whole lot to the metagame. And then between Surging Sparks and now Journey Together, we had Prismatic, which added Bidoof. And
I guess I take that back.
It did add a lot, but it didn't add a ton of new cards that were super playable.
It changed the meta. A couple cards changed the meta, but it didn't like add like a lot of playable cards, a lot of cards that could be put into different decks. It just gave us 2 cards really. It gave us Bidoof and it gave us Regigigas, right?
And
and then the year before that, we had the gap of I guess. But then the year before that, we had the gap that was between Paradox Rift and was it Temporal?
Yeah, and
that gap didn't feel as bad.
And 151 was the buffer, right?
That was the buffer, yeah, and it didn't feel as bad. And then
151
Twilight came out and
felt
it was like
better.
Quick.
151 felt better as a set than Prismatic, even though it didn't really add a lot of decks. It like fleshed out like bits and pieces.
Yeah, but it gave us a different Charmander we could use for Charizard. It gave us a different Charmeleon. You're right.
But no, yeah. So I ran our events yesterday, and today I drove an hour up to Ashtabula, Ohio. In tornado weather. Actually, there was tornado warnings. To go play in a pre-release.
So you drove through tornado warnings for Pokemon cards with some chick named Ashtabula. What's her name?
The town is Ashtabula.
The town is Ash. Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to tell him.
Yeah. Okay. Go right ahead. Oh no.
Emily students with Ashtabula.
Yeah. Why does it sound like you're saying Ash is Cheetos and then Cheetozard? Here we go. The stupid Cheetozard.
How much is that thing worth now?
It was $80-something thousand or something. Like like people are just like losing brain cells left and right.
We got to talk about the Costco video, man.
Yeah. With the Hitmonlee kick. Yeah. Okay. But then I played, and in my kit I ripped. Where's it at? Where'd I put it? Did I leave it in here? I pulled. Yeah, here it is. I pulled this pretty baby. I pulled the Illustration Rare Salamence.
I didn't even know there was an Illustration Rare Salamence.
And this was like in my bundle, like not in my prize packs. Like, so I was like, oh, cool. Even if I go 0-4 today, I won. This is like selling on eBay for $200. So thanks for the paycheck, I guess.
It's like when I did Stellar Crown pre-release. It wasn't in my kit, but from when I won, I got my packs, and then I pulled the Terapagos. I'm like, I took second place, but I kind of won, so it's okay.
Yeah, and I ended up going 3-1 today. I got donked in the 4th round, unfortunately. No, I started watch roll. They started watch roll. I went first. Draw, attach, pass. They went draw, attach, flipped heads. It's a weak to itself. So quick attack hit for 60. So I was just like
30,
cool.
60.
And out of my extra packs, I pulled a Dunsparce EX, and out of their extra pack on top, they only got an Enzor Arc. So like I don't feel too
Only
bad.
Enzora only.
I mean, I already have 2 of them and 2 Zacians that I stole from one of our locals, so I can use them for some content in the future here.
You
So
stole?
they're letting me use them. They're like 2 of my best friends. They gave me, yeah. So they don't care. It's not actual like
I haven't pulled
thievery.
any Enzora yet. I got a Zacian from some extra packs.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't pulled anything super duper hot. I pulled stuff though, but like nothing super duper hot. Maybe the hottest card you could say is the Illustrator Lycanroc.
Okay, yeah, I got 2 of those.
Yeah, I was like, that's an okay pool.
I
A
ripped
couple full arts and stuff, but nothing spectacular.
I posted what I got out of like judge packs on Twitter or whatever yesterday. So if anyone wants to see any of that, go take a look at it. There's some cool stuff. I feel like I've been pretty lucky with the set comparative to Prismatic, where I've spent way too much money and have nothing, and I feel like I've spent no money on this set and I have a lot of things. So it's.
I feel like my Prismatic run was pretty good. I spent, a decent amount, but I've made back 2 times the amount. So
yeah, well, we all can't blow it all in Vegas, I guess. You have to have some sort of small wins.
But yeah, that was my week. I went to Vegas the last weekend, and I casted for the cup we had there. We were put up against Vancouver Regionals, but
yeah,
it was a fun time casting. You popped in for a little bit as well. I had some other people pop in. My stepdaughter Manaya did extremely well in Swiss. She went undefeated. She went 4-0-1. She ID'd with the last round. She was the number 1 seed. Number 1 seed playing Gardevoir. She's been rocking Guardy for years now. And I try to tell her not to play with the trolley anymore, but she keeps playing with the trolley. And before, when she was playing Call Bell and playing, getting Arvin to get trolley, made a lot of sense. She cut the Call Bells. I'm like, well, then cut the trolley. You have unfair stamp. Some are playing the big Guardy now, where you just put on the Hero's Cape and you just sit behind it. And you Monkey Dory, like 4 Monkey Dories.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, no, trolley. And every time she trolleys, she gets a Monkey Dory. Like right off the bat, I'm like, no, you can get the Monkey Dory later. And she's like, no, Monkey Dory. And I get on her and we just clash.
And she does better than you.
And it worked for her this weekend.
So but she's right, you're wrong.
For that weekend, just for that weekend.
L plus ratio equals bozo.
Just for that weekend. But she hit, she's number 1 seed, she hit the 8th seed, a Dragapult, and it just didn't work out for her. She, it's a tougher matchup. I think it's like almost 50-50. Because you can blow up a Polt, but then a Polt just, if they spread enough damage, Gust something up and just knock out a Drifloon. It can be tricky.
Yeah, there's a lot of variance.
She said the first round she prized 2 Gardevoir. Game 1 she prized 2 Gardevoir, so I was like, well, yeah, you probably can't win that one. So she scooped that one up. And then game 2 she just bricked, and the guy was like, yeah, she bricked hard. So, but she played well, and I was happy she played that well. She got on stream. I got to cast her game with my boy Sparksy. What up, Sparksy? Shout out to Sparksy. Part of I got game, and he and I casted her game. And she played so well. She saw plays that like we didn't see, and she's and that's just when you know your deck that well. That's how you see the lines. So she played really well. But yeah, that was that weekend, and then this weekend was kind of low key. Went to a few leagues. I was just gearing up for the pre-release. Hit the pre-release, the midnight one. Nothing spectacular. I went undefeated, as always. I'm really good at pre-releases. I think I've been 3-0, 3-1, and then I think the last one I went 3-1 again. Okay. So I'm really good at pre-releases. I can build. You give us all like the scraps and a bad playing field, the same playing field. I could build a really good deck out of that. I made the Darmanitan and what's his face Noivern deck work, and that deck's not great. That's not great, but I made it work.
I mean, it's the fact that if you can get the energy on there, you're taking 2 prize cards, and that feels really good in a 4 prize game by a long shot. So
yeah, it does. I big brain somebody. I also pulled a Mimikyu EX, and for 2 energy, it can spread 3 damage counters to 2 Pokemon. So they were stuck behind a Shelmet, and they wanted me to knock out the Shelmet. I'm like, So I'm just spreading 30. Okay. And by the time they got the knockout on me, they finally hit a Surfer, surfed out of it, got a knockout on me. I just went Darmanitan, knockout, and then I had Noivern follow up and knock out a Zacian Zacian EX, and yeah, I played big brain, man. I play smart at these pre-releases.
I had a big brain moment I'm down to one prize. My opponent's down to one prize. And they're about to win after a knockout. They took 2 prizes with their Darmanitan. They knocked out a Corviknight that was carrying me through most of the game. And then the Corvisquire I had on my bench because the last Corviknight was prized. So they knocked out the 2 of those. And I was left with Rookidee, Wattrel, and Iono's Tadbulb. I pulled the Belly Bolt in my 4 packs. So I put the 1/1 Belly Bolt line in. And the Belly Bolt lets you just play as many lightning energies you want to your Iono's Pokemon.
To your Iono Pokemon.
And then I think it's like 3 lightning and a colorless. It does 230, and then it can't attack on the next turn. So in my discard pile, because I was mostly just using the Corviknight with the Hop's Choice Band, they put a Lavencia in play, and I was able to pull out the basic energy from my discard pile and then attack for free with the Rookidee taking 20 less damage, and they needed 2 turns to basically Darmanic Cannon again. So I was just like, all right, well, they can hit 60 and knock out all 3 of my Pokemon, but I can also pull the energy out so they can only hit 60, and then I'll make them take 20 less. There's no gusting. So I bought a turn, and then I top deck the Belly Bolt, and I was just like, oh, and I slapped the Belly Bolt down. I just load this son of a bitch up with lightning energy, and then I attach Jet.
Retreat?
I just attach Jet energy, come up, and then I'm like, whatever the heck the name of the tech is. I haven't unsleeved it. Where's it at? I haven't unsleeved it. Thunderous Bolt for 230 onto their Darmanitan. So that felt pretty big brain, turning off their damage thanks to their own stadium and like using the Rookidee to take less damage. If not, I was cooked.
I did that too. Use their Lavencia to pick up some energy. And like, how many's in the discard pile? I'm like, 2, buddy. I said it's only 60.
And I was panicking because I thought it was just energy in general. So like I was like, oh, there's a jet in there. There's a jet, and it's just basic. It's just basic energy.
Just basic, yeah.
So I was just like, oh no. And then when I was like, okay, cool. Now I have 2 basic energy and a jet energy in there. I'm fine. So
yeah, it's just basic. Yeah, and just to correct you, you said Darmanic Cannon. That's not the name of the attack.
Okay, that was. I'm so used to because of like,
I know. I know, me too. It's such a cool attack.
And like it's such a cool name. They neutered the name of the attack. They completely neutered it. They neutered it so hard.
No, I said Darmanic Cannon a couple times too. I was like, oh, that's not it. So that sounds so much better though.
Oh man, but yeah, it was really fun to be able to go play in one. It was really fun to be able to go play in one again after like no local places were doing it. And like there's a local shop in town that's like 5 minutes away, and they've typically done like the first Sunday that they're allowed to, but for whatever reason they're doing some like Warhammer event and something for some other card game called Alpha Clash that I've never heard of before. So I was like, oh, cool. They put the pre-release on the same day as our League Cup that I'm running next week. So cool. I can't play in one. And then I was like, you know what? I'm driving.
I'll drive for an hour.
Yeah. But I mean, like one of my best friends works at that store up there and I haven't seen him in a while. So it was cool.
That's cool.
And I bought random stuff. I bought this CGC 9 Pokemon League stamped Lillipup. And it's a Suey art.
Why?
It's a Suey art. I collect Suey.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
So
that's
like,
why. Yeah.
It was like $15 for a promo card as a 9. That's fine. I have this in my like Suey binder, but like, yeah, it's cute. Like it's adorable. So whatever. I think the lowest eBay listing I saw for this was like 30 or 40 or whatever. So like, I don't feel too bad about it.
Wait a second. Hold on. You might have came up.
I'm not gonna sell it, so I'm not coming anyway.
Huh?
Mike, edit that out.
We got to keep that in. Might keep it in.
And we're canceled. And any potential sponsorships out the window. This podcast is now rated M for mature.
M for move it out the way. Delete it. No. Speaking of sponsorships, man, I met a guy that I don't know if you've ever heard of TC Evolutions.
I sure have.
They do the damage counters. They do the ability markers. They do the V-Star markers. I asked him. He was at the Dark Side Cup, streamed one of his matches as well. He took fourth place, I believe. Took fourth place.
There you go. Not bad.
Yeah, he did pretty well. He played Guardia as well. Yeah, I'm trying to reach out to him and see if if he's looking for any attractive young men, or I guess not, attractive older men.
Okay, Mike, go ahead and take that out too. While you're at it, just take us both out and put us down. Just old Yeller, take us out in the backyard and the old salute.
But no, I met TC Evolutions, man. And he's a great guy. Steven's a great guy. What's up, Steven? Yeah, great guy. There we go. It might be a sign, man. It might be a sign. But no, that was my week. And then the pre-release, that was cool. I also made a couple tweets on Twitter. One of them kind of, I don't know if I'm doing a money match. I think I've agreed to 5 money matches. I put up a listing, a deck I had, a list for a wall, the wall deck. It's not wall stall because it attacks, but it's a wall deck. And I said, after rotation, outside of Gardevoir, I don't see a meta deck that can really, just demolish this. And I had so many people saying this, that, this card, this deck, this does this. And a couple things I missed. I think Slow King might be meta after rotation. Might be, rogue meta, something like that. And yeah, it has a bad Slow King matchup. That's right. And then someone else said it just came out this set, the Dunsparce EX.
Yeah, Shred.
And I'm like, yeah, if they get that going, you're right. That's true as well. They can shred right through. But I'm like, that's 3 turns to get going. I might knock them out first. Who knows? But yeah, the only matchup I could see that wall deck just visibly just having a flat out just 0-100 matchup to is Gardevoir. Gardevoir has an answer for everything. Yes, it won't get it. Give it to Dunsparce. We get it. You're gonna play it.
No, I was just trying to get the focus. Destructive Drill for 150 damage, unaffected by effects on your opponent's active Pokemon.
But yeah, I got challenged to 4 money matches, and one of them is Gabe Smart. And we're putting up our houses basically, our cars. We're putting up our cars for this money match.
Well, so you can have your money match, and then after he creams you, 10-1.
Mike, edit that out too. Mike, edit that out as well.
Oh boy, we're done for. It's over. We're cooked.
But after you play Gabe money match.
Remember forever ago, and most people that are listening probably won't remember unless they're our age. But remember that one time that I think a flight attendant beat up a passenger, and people kept making memes of Carlton looking smug, Carlton Fresh Prince of Bel-Air looking smug on a plane, smiling, looking you don't remember those memes? It's I'm ready for my $10,000 ass beating. That's
oh yeah, okay, I remember that.
That's
I've never seen the Carlton picture. I remember.
Yeah, it's Carlton in his fancy sweater and looking all smug and whatever. He's ready for his ass beating. That's you waiting for this money match to happen.
Mr. Smart, I'm ready. Adjusting my tie, Mr. Smart. We would stream it. We would definitely. You would commentate on it. You commentate over it. You would cast it. With Wancho, we'll get Wancho.
Yeah, that's fine. Wancho and I, we've casted together technically before, so.
Yeah, you would cast this one, and then Gabe says he could beat this matchup 80% of the time, so he would have to win 8 out of 10 games.
Yeah, we play a best of 10, and as soon as you lose to
win 4.
No, best of 10, best of 10,
God.
Best of 10. So as soon as you lose 2 games, it's effectively over already anyways.
It's over. But no, he would have to, I would have to win 3 games.
No, you just lose twice, it's over.
Just okay, well, all right. Yeah, okay, never mind. Okay,
it's still a best of 10 hypothetically.
But no, yeah, Gabe was everyone's I got so much flack. But also a lot of people, reaching out for the deck list and asking more about it, asking questions. And it had a lot of bookmarks. I was surprised. It's how your YouTube video just blew up. I had this tweet kind of blow up. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool. Nice.
Man, if only the podcast would blow up.
Why is no one listening?
If you're watching on YouTube, like the video, comment down below, subscribe, ring the bell. Spotify, follow us or subscribe, whatever it is. It's free. It's free. Apple, I think it's also following or subscribing. It's free. It's all free. Everything's free.
Please help us.
Just
please.
listen. Just listen to us. Watch us.
Listen and help us.
Even if you want to comment that Gazer's a stupid doo-doo head, that technically helps. Like that's good. That's good for us.
It's engagement. It's engagement. If you guys want to say Steuben's old and cranky, that's fine. It's engagement. It helps us.
I'm not cranky. I am tired. It's been a long weekend, but it's whatever.
I feel that. But no, so it's been a long weekend for you this weekend. And last weekend, you got to go and enjoy
live my
some
life
flowers and, go, we got to go live a little bit.
We got donuts.
You
It was
missed.
a good time.
Yeah. And like you wouldn't tell me what was going on. I thought that, it's like a top secret mission you were going on or something.
That was not the day we went out. That was Monday. And
You're never going to tell me, are you?
I still can't talk to you about it. I can't talk to anybody about it until...
When will you tell me?
Let's just say I'm doing something.
Uh-huh.
But I can't say I'm doing something until someone else says I did it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
It's like committing a hypothetical crime. Like I may or may not have murdered someone.
But if I did...
until they can prove that I did it, I didn't murder anyone at all. Or what?
Gotcha.
Like Schrodinger's life event, I guess, right? Like instead of the cat in a box, like is the cat in the box? Well, it could be. Can
you prove that it isn't in the box?
Yeah, exactly. Without opening the box. So I'm basically waiting for them to open the box, if that makes sense.
I got you. So 2 weekends ago, you were, living in a paradox and riddles and everything like that. But we missed a regional. We missed a whole entire regional that weekend.
Define missing a regional.
I mean, you weren't engaging. You weren't just completely sit down, just engage, watching it like minute for minute, were you?
No, I think I watched just the top four in finals.
Okay, I caught up on it. I did go back and catch up because I was casting the Dark Side Cup, so I wanted to catch up. Yeah, Vancouver happened a couple weekends ago, and our main man, our guy, Mike, you could pull some of this stuff up. Andrew Hedrick won it all, playing the most popular deck, probably for the next few months, Dragapult, right?
Yeah, and I mean Dragapult stays post rotation as a viable archetype. I mean, good player, played well.
Great player. He has 4 regionals and IC, or is it 3 regionals?
A lot. It's a lot more than you and I combined.
Wait, let me click on him. Hold on. 1 first, 2 first, 3. Only 3 regionals. Wait, hold on. Tournament history. 4 regionals.
Yeah.
And IC. That's ridiculous.
Which is 4 more than us combined. And here we are making a Pokemon podcast with no qualifications.
He should be making the podcast, shouldn't he?
Yeah. Oh wait, they did, and then now they're not. I don't know. I'm too old to keep up with all these young kids, man.
Doing youngins.
Them damn 20-somethings.
Andrew's not that old. Andrew's like
20-something.
This is only his third or third year as a master, I think.
Oh, so he's like 20. No, 19. No.
He's like 20 or 19 or 20, something like that. Yeah.
Who cares?
The point is he's good. He's really, really good.
We're old, we're washed, or you know what?
Yeah, Hedrick, he's just a crack player, man. He's really good. We had him on the podcast once before. I'd love to get him back on again. But yeah, he won with Dragapult. He ended up beating Godango, the Dingus, the Gold Dingus, in the finals. I thought Godango was a solid deck. I didn't think it'd be like finals like that good.
No, the game where he forced him to 1 and then Iono'd and left them with like no draw support on the board, like cleared off the 2 Goldango and the Greninja in 1 turn, leaving their opponent at 1 and then hitting the Iono. Like, what could they have done to even bounce back at that point in time? Like, they would have needed a lot.
I think he had a Gimme Ghoul. He had a Gimme Ghoul in play, didn't he?
And a Monkey Dory.
Yeah, and that was it.
And Pokestop? Maybe?
I don't think he had Pokestop, did he? I don't think he had Pokestop.
I don't know, but whatever he had, it wasn't enough to where, like, it didn't matter whatsoever. I think he drew
No,
for turn and it was like superior energy retrieval, and it was just like, all right, GG's.
sick. You got it. Yeah, it's like, what do you want me to do?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I didn't think O'Dangle would get that far, but there was like 2 in the top 8. There was 2 in the top 8. I think there was like 5 in the top 16, something like that.
Yeah, Golden Go did pretty good. I think a lot
Yeah,
of people
it
just
did.
like it. It's not the hardest deck to play. So when you're playing a
Me get energy, me
long,
go boom.
yeah, when you're playing a long event, the more simple your deck is, the better off you are for terms of endurance and like keeping your mental capacity at its highest all day long. Because if you're sitting there
So I
like
shouldn't.
trying to like do crazy weird numbers and math all the time, you might burn out. You know what I mean? Like you gotta.
But I mean, isn't that what Dragapult is?
Dragapult can feel big brained.
I mean, you have to do Dusknoir math. You have to do Dusclops math. You have to do a Phantom Dive math. You know, it's a lot of mathing going on.
Yeah, Gazer can't count to 70 apparently.
Numbers hard.
Mm-hmm.
Numbers hard. But no, the top 4 is really interesting too. There was also a Rory Moon in there, which I thought we'd never see again. And then there was Maridon. Yeah, the Rory Moon is interesting. I think this might be Rory Moon's last hurrah because without Dark Patch, what do you do?
Cry.
Yeah, I think Rory Moon's done for.
Yeah.
And a lot of people took Lugia for its last spin in Vancouver. You know, the final flight. You know what I mean? And they tried to fly high.
I've seen a lot of people posting Lugia like for cups and challenges the last couple of days because like it's going away because expanded's not real.
I wish it was. I wish it was. Lugia's pretty good in expanded. I played a few expanded tournaments and Lugia's been pretty good. One of my, you can call him a local. He's from Bakersfield, about 2 hours away. I was on his podcast a while ago. My guy Ryan Jennings, Ryan's Unknown, part of the Net Debt podcast. He's been a Lugia fan since it came out, and he took it for a final flight. I think he got second at a cup, and either second or fourth or second. But yeah, the game, I think it was fourth. It was fourth, and the game he lost was a game he should have won. He didn't see the Legacy Energy play, and he misplayed, and he was really upset with himself because if he wins that, he wins in the finals. The finals was Walls, and he just beats Walls in the finals. He said so. He was disappointed, but yeah, he took Lugia for his final ride, and I think a few people were like, we have maybe a month before rotation, a little less than a month. I think
Not
it cups.
yeah, not even.
Not even a month, yeah. I think it cups and challenges. You're gonna see people trying to take Lugia, Reggie Drago, Dialga V-Star for those last this is it, Lost Box even, stuff like that.
I would ultimately say, I would argue it that we have like a week, even though the rotation's the 11th. No one's gonna sanction their cups or challenges in that first week of April. Everyone's just gonna sanction them for afterwards.
There's a couple cups coming up for me.
But it's a new quarter. It's a new quarter. Yeah, at the end of March.
Yeah.
But not in April. Like, I don't think anybody is gonna sanction their cups and challenges like in that first 11 days or 10 days before rotation.
That's probably
I also don't think that like cup solicitation and challenge approval for the next quarter has even been sent out to stores.
Okay, so they can't schedule anything.
Yeah, you can't even schedule anything anyway, so it's typically 15 days before the season.
That's 2 weeks.
Yeah, 14 days is the date is like your time to sanction an event. Yeah. So 14 days from April 1st would be the 18th. So watch those emails go out this week to stores saying, "Hey, you're approved for cups and challenges for the next quarter."
Okay.
So I don't, hard to say, but yeah, that's
so for the next week and a half, we'll probably see a lot of fly high posts, hashtag fly high or hashtag Trifrost or hashtag Lost Box, stuff like that. So
and what's crazy is like in the next 2 weekends, just next weekend on the 22nd, within an hour, there's 4 cups, and then on the 23rd, I'm running one, and I don't know if there's another one on that same day. And then I know there's 2 on the 29th within an hour.
Okay. Are you going to go to any of those? I mean, there's reason to go
on
now.
the 22nd, I might go to one if I can, but I can't
Okay.
talk about why I could or couldn't.
Here we go again. Once again. I may not be able to go for the reason that you think I cannot go, but I probably can go if I can go for the reason that's not. Come on, man, just come out with it. Tell us.
I can't.
It's all good, man. It's all good. But no, I mean,
I promise.
I hope you make it to a cup.
I promise it's worth the wait.
I believe you.
Not for
I believe
Pokemon
you.
fans.
I'm
though.
just, huh? But no, I believe you. I'm just waiting to hear about it, man. But yeah, Vancouver happened. A few decks. I'm looking at it right now. A few decks in the top 8 or top 16 that kind of surprised you. There's one Archaludon. There's a Pidgeot Control. I see Reggie Drago here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one last Trifrost, I guess.
And we talked about like Reggie Drago with Little Dark Fury. Like it's still a good deck. You just have to hit the right matchups. You have to dodge Badoo, and then
if you hit a Badoo too early, it's tough. I mean, but same thing with Godango. You hit a Badoo too late, it's tough.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody late game Badoo's you, what do you do as Godango?
As Hendrick showed, you don't need to play Badoo late game. Just Iona them to 1 and clear their board.
take out the draw power.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But no, Vancouver happened. Shout out to Andrew Hedrick. He did it again. You know, whoops, he did it again. You say you might go to a cup.
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask what you're going to play. I don't want to know that. But there is reason to play now, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yes. Yeah. All right. So here we are with the announcement that came out this past week that they technically announced, in July?
Yeah. It took when the new season was beginning, right?
It took since July for them to hammer this out. Ace Trainer Rewards announced for Play Pokemon. Receive an exclusive celebratory fanfare promo. You basically need to earn 200 championship points to get a promo card in the mail delivered to you, as well as some accessories for TCG Live. They've done this every year in Asia since 2021, and I mean, like, these are cool cards. They're cute. They've got some cool artwork. Look at the Flaffy. I love me some Flaffy, of course.
You do love yourself some Flaffy.
This one, like, it's showing off Hisui and Zoroark and Bidoof and Luminion, who were, actually like meta-ish, and of course Luminion, Arceus in the background. So like they're themed around what's going on. The 2023 one, I mean, we see some Meowscarada, Squawkability, both the cover arts, Curlia, because Refinement's been a big deal, and we got Frigicub and Charmander, which we had.
But why is Meowscarada there? It's not good.
Fanfare. And then the last year we've got Goldengo and Iron Hands and Roaring Moon and Mincino and Pidgey and Ogerpon, like all meta relevant cards. Of course, every card has to have Pikachu on it, but this was just announced. And also, anyone who plays VG, Go, or Unite will also be eligible to earn this promo card.
But more details coming later.
But this is, who knows what the art of the next card is going to look like. I mean, they're cool. They just heal 10 damage. It's like basically.
I mean, we can assume though it's going to be.
It's Champions Festival basically. Who knows? Who knows what's going to be on it? I mean, it'll probably reflect the entire year of the season, like what's been important and relevant in that said season. So who knows? We don't know. It seems to be like Pokemon featured around like whatever block happened in that year. So but the fact that they waited so long.
Yeah, a lot was in the air, a lot of questions. I swear at some point, and I know it's not the Mandela effect. I have people who can confirm this as well. There was something mentioned about play points. When all this was announced, and all this was teased. It was something about play points, and now we go back to look for it, and it's like gone. It's like wiped clean. There's like nothing about play points anywhere now. We're like, I swear there's something about play points. I know it was.
So I mean, I'm sure there's YouTube videos that like talk about the season announcement. We can go back and find those and see if it's true. Mm-hmm. But like this would have changed, I think, the last 8-9 months for me at least, because like I would have put in the effort.
Not just you. It would have been more people with effort. Like, people would have been efforting.
Yeah, like I know I can't do the world's grind because of time and money and like life circumstances that are going on this year. But I would have driven 45 minutes to an hour to play in a Cupper Challenge once or twice a month just to put my hat in the ring. And now it's like, okay, well, it's only March, but there's still a lot of things that
Mid-March
are going, almost, the end of quarter 3. Like we're literally a week away from quarter 3 being over with already. So we have a quarter and a week for anybody who hasn't taken it seriously to do this. And I mean, people that have played all season in support of their LGSs and stuff, great. My issue is that, at my LGS, I work there. I'm the professor. I can't play in my premier events. It's ethics. It's against the code of conduct. It's not in the spirit of the game. Excuse me. But I would have loved to have a shot at this. And 200 points is obtainable for a Joe Schmo like me.
I think you're better than a Joe Schmo, Stupid. I like you.
If I apply myself, like I think I could do fine. But it's just a matter of like the financials and like the time needed to do so. And as a man in his 30s with a full-time job and other responsibilities, as much as I love playing Pokemon and doing Pokemon things, it doesn't work out for me.
Yeah. I mean, nobody like me. I have 200 and I'm looking up right now, 224 points.
So congratulations, you've got a promo card coming.
I'm getting a promo. Heal 10 damage, end your turn. Cool.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny how they had to nerf it because it just this random card that wasn't that great ends up being great later on down the line because freaking Gardevoir needs it.
Could you imagine if it was like Tropical Beach?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Snorlax stall would have loved to have that legal all season long.
I'm just gonna draw these cards and it's your turn.
Yeah.
Remember Gormadai Snorlax?
Yeah, and remember Primal Groudon?
Yeah.
We might get Primal Groudon again.
You can't touch me.
We can't roll Primal Groudon out of things.
No, they won't go back to that. No.
I mean, they're
gonna focus on the new some Gen 6 Pokemon. We're gonna get like Mega Vivillon or something like that.
Who knows?
Yes, I said Mega Vivillon. I said it. I did.
All right. Okay. Well, if that ends up being real, come back to this episode and let us know if that was real.
I have heard leaks of like Mega Vileplume and Mega Victory Bell. I have heard that.
Okay.
Yes, I said Mega Vileplume.
Vileplume I could see. Victory Bell, I couldn't.
It's just what I'm hearing. I don't know. I got an uncle who works at Nintendo. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Let's move along. The next little bit here is the remainder of Heat Wave Arena, which will be half-ish of our Destin Rivals that comes out in May.
Destin Rivals.
So we have all of the cards now. We also have somebody showed off some, I think there's the pack arts. So we've got
my uncle who's
the Rockets from Pokemon. Yeah, totally, your uncle. And then we have all of the cards here. Again, shout out to PokeBeach and also Justin Basil, who translates all of these for PokeBeach as well. So we'll go through and we'll just take a look at some of the notable things. We've seen and covered a lot of these things like the Pinsir before. We have not on the pod talked about the Mega EX. This thing has 280 HP and the ability Buzz Boost. Once during your turn, when this Pokemon moves from the bench to the active spot, you may search your deck for up to 3 basic grass energy and attach them to this Pokemon, then shuffle your deck. It's not like Weirdeer or Iron Leaves where they need to be in play. It's just straight up like
up to 3. Just go get 3. Just
3 energy from the deck. 3 energy from the deck, which is insanity. And then you just need 1 turn attachment to hit 210, and then you have to move 3 energy off of this to your bench Pokemon. So you're effectively spreading everything all over the place and like protecting your assets in terms of the energy cards. So you could effectively just keep doing this every turn. Eventually,
I mean,
you're gonna run
you
out
have
of like.
what 280 HP,
Yeah.
which is actually solid. Like somebody like Godango's what 260, so
Yeah.
280 is okay. The weakness to lightning is kind of
Kind of cool.
something you. No, it's not cool.
Uh,
Iron
okay.
Hands is a thing.
Okay. What's
I,
120
I don't
times?
be weak to fire,
What's 120 times 2?
buddy. A Future Box just won a City League in Japan,
Oh, okay. Well,
like today. Future Box is coming. It's probably not coming back, but still, Future Box could be coming back.
hard to say. City leagues, while they're cool and show off a lot of different decks, are basically just big league challenges.
Aren't they more like big like league cups?
No.
They're challenges.
Yeah, they're like challenges.
Challenge has a lot of variants. Challenge has a lot of variants.
But I think the
I won a
Omega's,
challenge with
Omega's cool.
Net one time. So. No, I don't like the weakness. I do like the HP. I do like the ability attack. I can see this going in a. I'm already thinking Rogue. I can see this going to something like Hydrapple. Think about that.
Yeah, it's a possibility to get the energy in play and then just pivot again and whatever. So there's, you could load it up and then energy switch, whatever. We covered some of the Cynthia stuff that I scrolled past here, but we have this Shaman that was announced since the last time we were on. 80 HP with the ability Flower Curtain. Prevent all damage done to your bench Pokemon without a Roblox by attacks from your opponent's Pokemon. So it's effectively Manaphy. So Manaphy leaves with a rotation, and then we have a month and a half to 2 months without any bench barrier outside of the inherent bench production in the Rabsco. Who's playing it? No one.
Well, there was a deck in the City League.
Okay. Yeah, Simpsons did it, Gazer. It's the Simpsons did it from
City
South
League
Park
did it
all over again.
City League did it. No, this Shaman, I think it's a fair trade-off. It's 80 HP, so you can't just go poffing. You actually have to do some work to go get it, and it only protects against non-Roblox Pokemon.
Well, we talked about Misty stuff before. Now there is a Staryu and a Starmie. Staryu, nothing too crazy. 20 damage, flip a coin of heads. They're paralyzed. And the Starmie is Sudden Flash for 60 plus if it evolved this turn, 80 more. So 140 for one water. Not the worst thing ever if you find something that's like 280 in fire and weak to water and you can fit in a 1/1 line as like a tech or a counter. Cool. Also, it's just also more Misty's Pokemon for the Gyarados that we already talked about previously. Discard all those cards. Additionally, Misty got a Lapras with Swim Together. Search your deck for up to 3 Misty's Pokemon. Reveal them and then put them into your hand and then shuffle your deck.
No.
But we talked about the archetype and we didn't talk about this card. It didn't exist yet. Cynthia got a Phoebus and a Melodic.
No, not those.
Okay. All right. Well, you've
Dondozo.
You've completely ruined this entire segment of the pod. Electivire EX.
Wait, what about Dondozo?
Okay, sell me on it. Go ahead.
I can't. It's so bad. I can't. It has Tsunami. Well, okay. 260 HP. You could probably stall deck, maybe like some. No. Go on to Electivire.
Man, I sure love Dondozo EX. It's going to define the metagame.
Just go to Electivire.
I'm Gazer Beam 2K.
You were talking about Misty's Lapras, man. Come on, man.
I'd rather play Misty's Lapras in the Misty's deck as a target to discard for the Gyarados.
Than Dondozo EX.
Than Dirty Dozo.
Dondozo EX.
Can MW, can you do us a favor and edit Gazer's face into the Dondozo EX? Like, Gazer, can you recreate this face real quick? Like, stand up and like go ahead and stand up.
You want to turn this way?
Go ahead, yeah, and like you gotta do it real lippy though. No, like no teeth. Like, yeah. All right. And then we're going to go ahead and get that printed as a proxy so you can start play testing your favorite Pokemon now.
Busted.
Okay. Electivire. Not the greatest thing either. Dual Bolt for lightning and a colorless, 50 damage to your opponent's Pokemon. 50 on the 2 is cool, but it's the same time the Shaman's coming back, and also like Ed and Zoroark could just do 90 to 2 Pokemon, and there's other things too, so whatever. And then if it has 2 extra energy, it can do 100 more damage for the second attack, so 280 for 5. Ugh. Gross.
Whoa.
We've seen all of these for the most part. The Mudsdale doesn't really do anything for the metagame.
No.
We've seen Mabostiff. We've seen the Greedent. Sacred Ash
Did we
reprint.
see Cynthia's Spirit Tomb?
I don't think we did.
I don't think we saw the Spirit Tomb. No, we didn't. Yeah.
And we have Raging Curse for 10x. Does 10 more damage for each damage count on your benched Cynthia's Pokemon. This is tax damage.
Now think about this. I can sell you on this.
Weakness.
Now this one I can sell you on. Okay. Cynthia has a Roserade that adds 30 HP, right? That ability stacks, right? So let's say I get 3 Roserades down. I put a power weight on my Garchomp, Cynthia's Garchomp. I'm looking at an extra 160 HP. How is someone knocking that out?
Okay, and
oh no, I did that wrong. No, the Roserade does plus 30, doesn't it? No, wait, what does the Roserade do?
plus 30 damage.
Plus 30 damage. Never mind. But look, I put a power weight on there. Okay. Garchomp is thick as hell. Who's knocking that out in one shot? It takes a hit. I retreat out, and I go into Cynthia's Spirit Tomb. Boom.
Okay.
You're still not sold?
No.
Nah, me either. I'm playing Ethan's.
Yeah, you've ruined everything.
I'm playing Ethan's when it comes out. Look, all these. Listen, I'll be real. All these cards mean nothing to me. The Donzozo, the Electrifier, whatever's been revealed means nothing to me. I'm just excited about Ethan's freaking Ho-Oh, his Typhlosion, his Quilava, his Macargo. That's all I want, man. Ethan's Adventure. I just want Ethan. I want Ethan real bad, man. That's all I care about.
Okay. Well, that you've just professed your love for a 10-year-old boy, we'll move along now.
We're getting canceled again.
Switch and Pokemon Catcher are getting reprints, so they will continue to stay in. They're in regulation now, but they were in G Block, and if they didn't get these 2 reprints, they would have left next year in rotation. So Switch and Pokemon Catcher are sticking around.
Yeah, and I assume we'll get other things as well.
Yeah,
because we always get these cards. Some of these cards feel like evergreen cards. Just always there. Switch, Pokemon Catcher, Energy Retrieval, Energy Switch. What am I missing? Experience Share? Is that one that's always around?
So, not always, feels but like a good amount.
Mm-hmm.
And then Judge is also getting a reprint, but to note on this one, Judge is staying in G Block. It's not getting an I, whereas, I guess I lied. These are also G's.
G. Yeah, Judge is G. I'm clicking on, Judge is G.
So is
Switch a G as well?
Switch and the Pokemon Catcher are both G's.
So I think this means that in a year, we'll have to get like a new base set of something or other.
I think we're gonna get a new base set this year. Because there's 2 trainer sets. That's it.
I agree. There's only 2 trainer sets. I agree.
We're going right into Megaland.
Yeah, Megaland. Well, yeah, it's just like when Heart Gold, Soul Silver dropped. That those sets were called what? HGSS.
Mm-hmm.
They dropped the Diamond and Pearl. It's just HESS. So yeah, I think we're gonna go that just like Mega whatever it is, Mega something, Mega whatever, and that we'll probably get that for a few months. You're right. And
additionally, there's also these sweet supplies. So Gazer's gonna import these Ethan sleeves. You like them? No.
I gotta get these Ethan sleeves. No, I never play because I don't like having double sleeve with over sleeves.
Yeah.
So I never really play with them, but no, they're nice. He's got his hoe on the background.
Import Japanese sleeves anymore. It feels like the more personality I can bring to the decks, the better it feels. I will definitely be buying the Misty and Psyducks though, because they're illustrated by Sui. These are Sui illustration deck box and sleeves.
Oh, I couldn't even tell. They are?
Yeah. Well, Sui tweeted it, that they did it, but yeah.
That deck box it looks good as a deck box.
Yeah.
That deck box is sweet.
And we got some Cynthia stuff. There's also this play mat, which is pretty fire.
Is that a shaman in a bouquet of flowers?
We're almost there. We got some Arvin picnics shenanigans, and yeah, we got the shaman sleeves and deck box. So this deck box will be pretty popular, I think.
That's a shaman in a bouquet of flowers.
And then even more, we have these like fancy Pikachu sleeves that are all like in kimonos and doing things that we don't do.
Pokemon.
Yeah, with different Pokemon.
Things. They're doing things.
And then they're also finally getting the illustration cards when they buy a box of Heatwave Arena. But
yeah, we got those as promos for Pokemon Day.
Yep. And
right, yeah.
I gave some away on Twitter, so make sure you follow me on Twitter for more random giveaways at some point in time.
I'll retweeted that for you. I got your back.
The username. Congrats to Min Apples won. So congrats to them.
Min. That's Min. She works for Darkside. That's Min.
Oh well, she won. I shipped them off. I don't know. I haven't checked the tracking, but I assume
she'll get them soon. That's Min. She does a lot of the sorting and bulk from Darkside. Yeah, okay, cool. That's Min.
All right, now let's talk about the upcoming format.
The R word.
This website, I don't know if you've seen this yet, but this is pokekawindex.jp. This has become my favorite website for looking at Japanese deck lists.
Wait, you're not talking about Pocketbook?
No, this is
no, not that. No,
so much cleaner. As we scroll down, it will show all age divisions, so I can click between juniors, seniors, and open events as well as masters in Japan. So we can see everything here, not just the masters division. And then what's nice is they are constantly updating this to show the positioning of the decks. So if we look at the Raging Bolt, you can see it has these like red up arrows that it's trending upwards.
It's trending up. Okay.
You can see the lost ogre pawn, or not lost, but the ogre pawn, like bullet deck, whatever they call it, the Terra box, as everyone's been calling it. It's trending downwards. Gardevoir trending upwards. Into tier 3, here comes Gazer's excitement. We've got Ethan's Typhlosion trending upwards. So we can see a lot of things. The Crustle is performing into tier 3, and then down here in tier 4.
We didn't talk about Crustle, did we?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It does. It's performing up. It does. Apparently, it matters. But you want to talk about Electivire?
Yep.
And Lapras.
Whatever happened to Dondozo EX, Gazer?
Hey, relax.
And
no, the Crustle's interesting. I've seen that deck turning as well. I've seen that going up as well.
In tier 4, we can see a whole bunch of stuff. We got the Garchomp doing well. Blaziken, which we just got in Journey Together, which would have been a starter deck originally, is trending upwards into tier 4. We've got the Slowking deck. We got Festival Lead and Feraligatr. We got the Yanmega doing things, and then we got Ethan's Ho-Oh also starting to trend upwards too. But what's really cool, this website will break down all of it into a pie chart, and you can highlight over the different sections. So this has definitely become one of my favorite little bits. Everything will have, like, as you continue to scroll, it'll have a little bits of translations. There's translation errors because I'm using Google Translate to swap it over. But like, you can scroll through and click through, like, oh wow, they're playing all these different A specs at these different percentage combinations, and deck inclusions and card counts changing. Like, it'll show you multiple lists. So this one won an event on the 16th, and we can just click through. This one also won an event on the 16th. So they're constantly updating each archetype. And then the second best deck, according to this website, with mathematical data backing it up, is your boy Arch with the Didun and the Dudunsparce EX. We also have one here rocking Poison and Monkey Dory.
I've seen that one at a City League.
Another one of those. And this is where some of these are coming from. These are coming from City Leagues and stuff like that as well.
Okay.
So it's the same data that the other websites are doing. And I accidentally clicked. I didn't mean to click. into that one. But you can see, like, you can just keep tabbing through as we go
I might
down
need that link
into tier 2.
once we're done, man.
We can see Raging Bolt, and like they're playing the knocked out package. We've got Golden Go. So like there's a lot of cool variations of all of these different decks. So I'll leave the link in the show notes and the descriptions for everything for everyone to go check this out. But I think what we can, is there a deck that you specifically want to look at that's like new and upcoming? Outside of
I definitely have to look through this later myself, man. You have to send me this link. I got to look through some of this myself. I'm trying to figure out. So your thoughts on a rotation, which happens, basically in 3 weeks. And we had that month before, or that month and a half, 2 months before we have all the other trains come out. That first month, 2 months of rotation, what do you think? What do you see happening, man? I think Raging Bolt takes a step up. I think Dragapult stays right where it is. I think Goldango does really well too. What do you see happening though?
Yeah, I think these are the 6, like the big 6 as like time continues, like as we've seen. Like Gardevoir didn't look like it was doing great when they first rotated in Japan, but now it's like it's finding its footing again. They've shifted into like playing Brilliant Blender to get the energy into the discard pile and accelerate the game state that way. So it's like, less spending time refining, more focus on just evolving up into Gardevoir and using your toolbox of attackers, which trade favorably into most things, and it also solves the walls issue. However, the Raging Bolts have now started to figure out how to solve the walls issue with Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon being included in the deck.
Shout out to Gabe Smart. That was his answer. But no, I thought walls would do well in this upcoming format. And then, after the next, set drops, I wasn't sure, but I thought walls would do pretty well. But I see it's not trending that well on this website you're looking at. I thought it would do better.
Yeah, it's in tier 4 in seniors, and it's in there's a Mimikyu deck in tier 3 in juniors, and as well as the wall. So it's a better deck in the juniors division. So it really depends, but also look at juniors tier 2. Marnie's Grimmsnarl is trending upwards. So
what are these kids playing? What are they doing?
I think the Grimmsnarl is pretty fire because of the Morpeko. The Morpeko is, if it loads, the Morpeko is quite insanity. You just rare candy into the.
It needs how many energy to actually do anything though?
5 to hit 350. And you're getting all 5 with the Grimmsnarl. And then they're playing Poison and Big Bear and stuff like that too. So juniors is its own ball game.
That's fair. But no, I thought walls would do better. I definitely had Raging Bolt on my radar. I had Godang on my radar. I thought the Terra Box could be decent as well. These 6 I can see. I thought Gardevoir would be sneaky good, but not one of the big 6 like you said. I thought it'd be walls. I thought it'd be balls right there. I mean, but what do you see for this next rotation?
I mean, we're going to see a lot of experimentation in the Western world because, like,
I agree.
While Japan has already been playing this format for a while, we see like the better players in EU and North America and Australia innovate in different ways on top of like the success from Japanese results. And again, they've had one major, which was that Champions League, and that was right as the first Trainers Pokemon set dropped. And I think at that time, what did we see? We saw like one Zoroark in the top 16, one in the top 32, and a Zacian in the top 32. And then they got Heat Wave Arena, and it's already performing with the Ethan's decks. So
yeah, there's a freaking Ethan Typhlosion deck that's popping up. That's just Typhlosion on his own.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so yeah, you're right. There's a lot more potential, I think, with Cynthia, Ethan, and I guess Marnie. I mean, nothing from Steven yet, huh? But
no.
Yeah, I think this rotation is gonna be kind of tricky. We gotta. I don't know. I'm gonna experiment with Archaldon some more myself, but I might fall back to walls. I know you want to start getting into more cups yourself in this next rotation. 3 weeks from now, what do you think you're gonna play? You don't have to leak what you're going to play, but what do you leaning towards though?
Well, so I have built the Ogre Pawn box. I've built Gardevoir. I haven't.
How do they feel?
They feel okay. I haven't adapted Dragapult or Archaludon to post row yet, as I have decided to keep those two as like the current standard decks to play for me.
Mm-hmm.
So if I do go to a League Cup next weekend, I'm playing either one of those two decks. But I will, sleeve up other stuff. I also want to sleeve up Blaziken. I've seen Blaziken for Farigiraf start to do well.
Huh?
The
I think you're making up
the Blaziken EX.
Attach energy from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. That's not a thing, Steven.
Okay. You sure?
It's fine. It's not a good thing. It can't be a good thing.
Here it is.
That can't be good. There's no way.
Here it is. There's no way. Started performing. Like it literally just started performing in the last 2 days.
All right, let's see what happens in a week.
So
I'll money match you with that deck.
With your Walls deck, right?
Yeah, I'll money match you.
Okay, Blaziken wins.
You have an ability. Cornerstone.
Okay, I can play Cornerstone. And I can accelerate. I can accelerate any kind of energy.
You can't accelerate a little bit faster than I can. I do love how that's the answer to everything now. Someone's like, "Well, I'll play Cornerstone." Well, I'll play it too then.
Yeah.
And sometimes formats like that are kind of healthy, in my opinion. Sometimes when like snipe damage, gets real popular, spray damage gets popular. Well, okay, I'll play a Mimikyu, and then I'll play a canceling clone. It makes for like fun interaction sometimes. It makes for fun text and random stuff. I enjoy stuff like that. I like when there's a card in play. Like before Mimikyu, we had like I think there was a Suicune that was protected by EXs, and wasn't there a Hoopa?
There's always some sort of like safeguard.
There's always
or whatever.
something.
There's always something.
I think there was one that's like everyone had to tech for. I think it was Hoopa. Was it Hoopa? No. The cow. The Miltank.
Miltank, yep.
Miltank was a thing, and everybody had to tech for Miltank, and I love that. I love the fact that you can't just sleeve up your deck and go play cards and then not tech for something, because Miltank was like a thing. I love that. I think that makes for an interesting dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that now Cornerstone and the counter of the Cornerstone is another Cornerstone. How do I charge? Well, who gets the Cornerstone charged up first? And I like that. It's like I like that battle, man. I like that. Just not just I sit behind Cornerstone, I win. Like, I have to do something. I like that.
Like I'll always build like the top X decks, but I'll also build like 3 to 4 like tier 4 fun shenanigans that can win some games when people aren't prepared and not know what to do or whatever. Like at our local league last year, I like tore it up with Garchomp for a few days. Like it was absolute tons of fun until people figured out what I was doing.
Cynthia's Garchomp?
No, just regular Garchomp. Like last year. Like
the one that
the water Terra.
160?
Yeah. The Hydro Snipe and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I had someone play that locally one time, and they played it with Altaria.
Mm-hmm.
And it would take a hit, retreat an Altaria, and move all the damage off, and then take a hit, and they watch first repeat. And it was cool. I think they went 2-2 at league, but it didn't do that hot. But no, I do like the mix stuff up, surprise someone. I want to challenge with Bennett because no one knew what to do with Bennett. I saw the list from LDF, changed a few cards. I bubbled out of 2 cups with it, and I want to challenge with it. So I was happy about that. But yeah, you hit a matchup, you don't know what to do, you're not prepared for it. And then if it becomes popular, it catches on, then you have to start preparing for it. I think that's fun. That makes for good ingenuity and good deck building and good people have to think outside the box. I like that. But yeah, man, I think rotation is upon us, and we got to start testing. I've been testing a few post rotation decks. I've been having some ideas. Hear me out real quick. Archaludon with Pidgeot. Just think about it for a second. Don't comment on it. Just think about it. Let that sit in for a second.
And Dondozo EX.
You talked about Misty's Lapras, man. Misty's Lapras?
I mean, it's Lapras. Everyone loves Lapras.
I do like Lapras.
It's Gen 1.
I do like me some Gen 1.
Name a bad Gen 1 Pokemon.
Are we playing where are they from?
No.
Is this what we're doing?
No.
Oh. A bad Gen 1 Pokemon? I can't, man. Gen 1 is You know my defense for Gen 1, because it was the first to ever do it. It was the first time these things were shown. There's, they're all unique. There was like, concepts and ideas, like Muck is a blob. We've seen the blob before. It's a movie from the 1950s. We've seen that. But it's a stinky blob. It smells. It's made out of muck. I'm like, oh, cool. It's a blob, but it's more to it than that. So
Yeah.
all those concepts are unique, man. Gen 1's all unique to me.
You're Muck backwards.
Mike, edit this out. You gotta edit that out as well. That's
Can we go ahead and get a count of how many edits you've had to edit out? Just rolling tally for us somewhere. No, I'm kidding. We're clearly full of crap tonight, apparently. So,
this is what people tune in for, though. All 7 people. This is what they tune in for.
I mean, it is what it is. We don't do it for the money, because there is none. We do it for the love of harassing each other and Pokemon cards.
That's true. That's true.
We buy our own Pokemon cards.
Yeah, I was just. I think our money goes to Pokemon cards. So yeah, you're right. It's definitely not for money.
And bills, food.
Adulting. Yeah. But no, Stu, I think we wrap it up here, man. This was a good episode. It's good to be back. We'll be. Are we gonna take another 2 weeks off? What's the plan here? What are we doing?
I mean, if you don't go to Vegas again, I think we're okay.
Hey, you went out of town too. You went too.
Yeah, but I was home when you could have potentially recorded, but not.
Buddy, next time I'll do this. I'll do the pod from the car while I'm driving.
And then it's gonna look and sound worse than it already is, and then we're gonna go down from 7 viewers to 6.
I'm excited for rotation, man. I'm testing stuff out. I'm excited. I'm gonna miss Dialga, because I got really good with Archelodon and Dialga. I'm gonna miss that, but I'm excited. Real quick though, I had this argument on the Net Deck podcast. We talked about some really impactful cards from rotation, and they brought up Greninja. They probably said it's probably the best Radiant. Someone says it's probably the best card ever printed. I tend to agree, but I just want to make an argument because I like to argue. I made an argument for Radiant Charizard. What's your opinion on that, man? Radiant Charizard, Radiant Greninja.
I'll miss Greninja. I won't miss Charizard.
Really? Why not?
Because then Charizard kind of gatekept some of the goofy meme decks that I would have wanted to play. It ruins the prize trade at the end of the game for some of those goofy weird decks or whatever.
That's true as well. I liked Radiant Charizard. It was do you remember the point where Radiant Charizard was just thrown into a random deck with a 1 random fire energy, 2 fire energy?
Yep, because Luminous energy just because we had Clara and everything like that too. So
yeah. See, I said for the fact that Radiant Charizard could do that, it has to be an argument at least of one of the best Radiants, or but it probably goes to Greninja. You draw and you snipe. The draw is crazy in Greninja. I'm gonna miss that in so many decks.
Yeah,
there's so many decks that are throwing Greninja, discard, draw 2. You're gonna miss that so much on a basic.
And the fact that Cerule Edge and Golden Go and all these whatever decks that had whatever kind of random energy acceleration or can fit a 1/1 Palkia line had the ability to just surprise Greninja, take 2 prize cards, see you later, bozo.
Give me your Charmanders, thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, are those Dreepies? See ya. Are those your own Gimme Ghouls? Bye.
Prime Catcher, canceling Cologne, Moonlight Shuriken, GG.
That was so gross. I was talking to a buddy last night. He talked about what's the one that you had to play 2 of from the Fusion Strike?
Cross Switcher.
Cross Switcher. He said, "Why is Cross Switcher a card?" He said, "Cross Switcher." He said, "Why is it such a good card?" I said, "Well, there's a trade off. You have to play 2."
That existed before. It was custom catchers.
It was custom, but custom catcher lets you look at the top 3 as well. If you play one,
it had 2 functions. You could play one and then stack the top 3 cards of the deck, or you could just
I played some custom catchers back in the day. I played it online, but Cross Switcher was just in a format where we had Pokestop, where you just, hey, look, I found my Cross Switcher. I already had one in hand, and then where Mew VMAX was, really prevalent, and it's just let me draw 18 cards this turn. Oh, look, my Cross Switchers are here. I'm gonna blow this up and destroy it. So, yeah, my buddy's like, why is that a thing? And then when it got popular in Chin Pal, Pokestop, concealed cards, but barrel. Oh, there's my Cross Switchers. Cross Switcher, Counseling Cologne, your Manaphy, and GG's. You're right, man. Radiant Greninja is really good. I made an argument though. Here's another argument. I want to hear your opinion on this before we end. Someone told me on the Net Deck podcast that it was probably the best Pokemon card ever printed. I said we had Zacian V for a while, which was just ridiculous. What do you think? Zacian V, Radiant Greninja, is there something better than that I'm missing? What do you think?
Cleffa.
Which Cleffa?
Eek.
Neogenesis?
Yeah.
Eek?
Yep.
With the baby rule?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, best card ever.
Yeah, the baby rule's crazy.
Could you imagine?
Flip a
Could you
coin
imagine
if
that
tails.
Cleffa instead of the one we have now? How like people would still play it even with like all the spread.
Shuffle, draw 7.
Yeah.
Shuffle, draw
Go
7.
go to sleep.
Flip
Become
a coin
immune.
if you're no. Oh,
the knockout roll. Yeah, whatever.
I thought you meant the Neogenesis one. Yeah, right.
The same thing. I don't know. I'm sleepy. You're dragging this out. You're beating the dead horses again, just like last time.
I mean, it wouldn't be a podcast. It wouldn't be our podcast if I didn't do that, man. But no, Clef was really good. Flip a coin if tails, your attack fails. Like you don't even attack. Like not that it takes no damage. You don't even attack. Yeah, that was a crazy card. Baby rule's crazy, man. But all right, yeah, Stephen, that was the podcast, man. Where well, I guess you have to tell them where we can find us because they already know they're listening right now.
If you made it to the end of the video or the end of the episode, you've already been there. So if you're here, why not take 2 seconds and click subscribe, ring the bell on YouTube, comment down below, hit the like button. If you're on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, Scamazon, Gazerzon, whatever, subscribe,
Artisan.
like it, love it, leave a review, make it, whatever you want it to be. It could be a really good 5-star review. We can't tell you to do that, but if you do that, if you build it, they will come.
If you build it, they will come. If you build it, they will mock.
Monkey Dory. What?
I don't know.
We've lost.
I don't know what we're doing.
We've lost our minds. Goodbye, everybody. We love you. Merry Christmas. See you next time.
Happy 4th of July.